Hello again. We are back with a very important section here. I'm going to try to keep track of the time so that I don't make this too long, but here we go. This is a section called What to Notice. This is where you really get into it. Your intuition tells you what to notice, and these are many of the things that you can notice, although when you develop your relationship with the cards and with spirit and with your higher self, you may come up with different things to notice. You might notice things that stick with you, and you have your own little, book of knowledge about what the tarot means to you. And that's what you can, if you watch me on my channel, you'll know, like the Page of Pentacles I spoke about in the first video here, that means something different to me. Only lately, someday that might change. It's your intuition that we're using here. So these are things that you can notice. All these things on the cards that are clues that over time. So just like we saw in the history of the cards, somebody noticed something and the word got out about it. So these are the things that people have noticed consistently and hold true for so many people that it's become just a log, like the history, the actual definition of the cards. It's part of the cards. Okay, all of these things. It's a consensus kind of thing about each card. I hope you understand what I'm talking about as we go along, okay? What to notice. Although we use our intuition a lot while reading cards, there is certain information given by the cards that is not included in the book you will receive with the deck. It is information that most basic tarot cards users do not have, and what sets apart the novice from the expert. Never did I see this in a book. Although I have to say I don't really read the books anymore. More modern decks might have all of the information, but I haven't seen it. I gathered this information by myself, and I included it in the definitions of my cards. You will see. When you click on the cards and the readings that you can do online, the self-service section, I do put the information in there. If, all of the stuff that we're going to notice, I try to put in there. And again, this is something that's recent, so I do have to go through and see if I want to add certain information. If you want certain information added, you can feel free to email me or comment in the section something you would like on the cards. And I really want to make all of the information available, all of this stuff for my cards, so you don't have to hunt and peck and figure things out like I did. I want to make it easy for you. So here are some important clues you want to pay attention to while you are reading. Your intuition can use any of these as clues to deepen the meaning of your reading. Is it a major or minor arcana? What is the suit? What is the number? What zodiac sign does it relate to? Is it the timing card? Is it a timing card? What symbols stand out to you? So there is the major arcana and the minor arcana. We might have maybe done that first, but let's see. There's a major arcana, and it makes up all of these cards. Is 22. It starts with 0 and the Fool, and it goes all the way to the World. These are the major arcana cards. The minor is made up of... No, look at this. It's broken. Oh, no, it's not. The minor is made up of wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. These are the suits of the tarot. So all of these will have an ace and go all the way up to a king. And in the middle of 10 and the queen, which I consider to be 12, right? 10, 11, 12, no. Yeah, there's so it's like there's a 10, there's a page, there's a knight, there's a queen, and a king. So there's 4 court cards, 10 basic cards. So the cups here, we'll see this later in more detail. But the cups have to do with emotions. The wands have to do with action and passion. The swords, the thoughts, and the pentacles more to do with money and resources. And again, ace all the way through king. All right, so this is an overview that maybe should be before this, but it's debatable what to notice back here. So is it a minor or major? Major cards are cards that basically you can't get out of. These are life events that are coming at you no matter what. The minor are kind of, this might happen. This might happen. So you really want to notice, are you getting, for a certain subject, major or minor cards? What is the suit? As I said, the suits have different meanings. Cups of love, wands of passion or action, initiation. Swords are thoughts, and pentacles are more about finances and grounding. And there are elements that go with each. We'll talk about the cups of water, the wands of fire, pentacles, earth, and swords is air. Each card is going to relate to a zodiac sign, if not a planet. I'm not big on the planets. I'm going to be honest. I'm not big on the planets. They are there for your information. And maybe in time, I'll be more familiar with that. But for me, the sign, I not all the time, not every time do I mention or even think, what sign is this? When you're doing a collective reading every day, signs don't matter as much. They might if your intuition tells you it does, but there's so many people. The only thing I can say as a reader when I'm doing collective readings, if the Queen of Wands shows up, that's me, so it's you. So it's you, the one who's listening to me. So it will show, because I'm reading for the collective. So if you're an earth sign and you're watching me and I say, oh, there's you, the Queen of Wands, that's because it's me, and so it's you. Hope that makes sense. But things like that I will say during my readings, and that's how I read as a collective reader. So is it a timing card? Again, that's intuition. Or in my spread, I do have certain cards that I would consider a timing card, like in the Celtic cross. Let's just look at that. Celtic. Sometimes I say Celtic, sometimes I say Celtic, because I don't know and I don't care. So some people really get bummed out by that, so sorry. So this for me is a timing card. The near future, Ace of Wands. So this is going to happen within 1 day to 1 month. This is also a timing card, but because it's a court card, I don't really think of timing. I don't think of those as timing cards. So this could be the next water sign. So right now we are in Leo. We have Earth next, Virgo, and then we have Libra, which is air, and then we have water, which is Scorpio. So this might be Scorpio time. It's a little more than 1 month. So, that is timing. Is it a timing card? And what symbolism stands out to you? These are the things that we want to notice. The first thing we notice about the card is if it's a major or minor, if it's a major arcana or a suit card. Major arcana cards signify something that is most likely unavoidable, meant to be. They show major shifts and changes in the life of the querent. The minor arcana, on the other hand, talks more about possibilities, probable outcomes, and events. These things can be changed with intention from the querent. The suits of the tarot help you identify what the major concern is for the querent. I already mentioned all these things: swords, thoughts, intellect, mind, blocks, ideas, wands, passions, and things that attract the querent. Cups, emotions, love, compassion, and relationship issues. Pentacles, money, logic, problem solving, and career matters. All right, I haven't talked about this yet. It's not a repeat. In basic terms, each number, no matter what the suit is going to have something close to this. Always aces are new beginnings. 2s are pairings and choices, crossroads. 3, creating and connecting. 4, I think of the three of swords, 3 of wands. Three of Wands is all about manifesting. Three of Pentacles about manifesting with another person, maybe even signing a contract. So, yeah, 4, stability and security. 4 of Wands, definitely stability and security. 4 Swords, definitely like relaxing, meditating, stability and security. The 5s are about instability and crisis. Yeeks. That's so true. 6 is the community and a new normal, sometimes having to do with the past, right? So 7 is reflection and assessment. 8, speed and power. Communication is also part of the 8s. 9, independence and solitude. And 10 is completion. Now, when you combine these two things together, I had AI do this for me, and I love it. So, but I think I'm going to show it to you, but I think it's going to need some tweaking because it just did. I was like, whoa, that's impressive. Sometimes she really impresses me. So I asked her to kind of put this together. So the card, 1 of Swords, the suits means thoughts, intellects, and ideas. And the number means new beginnings. So if you put those two things together, new beginnings and thoughts, intellect, mind, blocks, and ideas. Right? So I love this. This is so cool. This is really going to help if you're just learning tarot, I hope. 3 of Swords, connection through difficult truths, creation that exposes mental or emotional pain. Wow. But see what makes this card different, and looking at it this way, I always say, oh my God, 3 of Swords, that's awful. But the 3 is about connection. Right? Creating and connection. So this is like the birth of a baby. Like, it's going to hurt, but its outcome is going to be creating and connecting because it's a 3. See, looking at it this way has made me think of a new definition of the 3 of Swords. So this is here for your reference. Again, how I got here, I don't know. Right underneath the numerology section, the meanings, and this is the what to notice section, the what to notice page. It says click here for full cheat sheet. Now, I should probably make that more prominent. It's kind of a secret that you know if you're watching and listening to this video, but I think that's pretty neat. I've never seen anything like this. Passion and things that attract the current, new beginnings, so ignition of passion, a fresh spark of attraction or drive. I love this. Love it. All right. Will I use it? Probably not. But I think it's very good. If you're learning tarot, I think it's really, really good. All right. I might use it as like, if something disturbs me, I might be like, okay, let's just go back to basics. What this meaning is. Like, it's good. All right. So the Zodiac and Tarot. If you're not familiar with the Zodiac, or, maybe yours and your boyfriends or your girlfriends or your mothers, or certain ones, but you don't know all of them. Here is a little chart for you to know all of the Zodiac signs and their planetary ruler. Each major arcana is linked to at least one Zodiac sign. This is sometimes a big clue in a reading. Often it is an indicator of the Zodiac sign of someone very important to the situation that the cards are talking about. Below is a chart of the major arcana cards and what Zodiac sign they relate to. I hope that's big enough. I had to shrink this screen for it to show up for this video, so you can make this bigger. I don't want to mess around with that, but if you make this bigger, you can see which major arcanas go with what signs. I feel like there's a chart missing because there is supposed to be something about the planets here, but we'll just keep going on here because again, I don't use that. So, but I wanted to include it for you guys. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I might redo this video, and that's the beauty of doing them in sections. I can redo this entire video. All right. The modalities, another thing I don't really use, but I am telling you about it. For the minor arcana, each number relates to a certain modality of the zodiac signs. There are 3 different modalities in the zodiac signs. Each modality contains one sign from each of the 4 elements, and each element contains one sign from each modality, meaning that the energy is evenly distributed across both systems. Cardinal cards have the spark to initiate an idea. Fixed, the powerhouses who have the endurance to take ideas to completion. And mutable helps us to move from one project idea to the next after completion. So how do you use these in readings? They add an extra layer of meaning in a tarot reading. They reveal how the energy moves, whether it initiates, sustains, or adapts. The Cardinal, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. These are initiators, starters, leaders. In a tarot spread, strong cardinal energy points to new beginnings, bold actions, and leadership opportunities. Cardinal suits include aces, 2s, 3s, 4s, show a phase of initial change. The fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Stability, endurance, resistance to change. In a tarot spread, heavy fixed energy suggests commitment, persistence, and mystery. Can also point to stubbornness and being stuck. Fixed suit cards, 5s, 6s, 7s, show the need to push through challenges. So if you think of it like the beginning, it's the 1 through the 10. We're starting something, we're ending at the 10s. So we're initiating from 1 through 4. Is that right? Yep. 1 through 4. We're initiating with like 4 is like, okay, yeah, I kind of made a decision here. I'm going to go this way. And then 5 is like, wait. It's like the doubt, the fear, doubt, and insecurity was 5, 6, 7. Right? 5s, 6s, and 7s. Yeah. Those are it's about cognitive dissonance. Right? You're having trouble accepting something or moving on to or from something. The mutable ones, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, that's me, Sagittarius. Adaptability, transition, and flexibility. This is where we kind of say, F it. It's like, let's just do it. Like strong, mutable, and one way or the other. Like you're ending it or not. Like you're deciding and you're going with it till it comes to completion. Adaptability, transition, and flexibility. In a tarot spread, strong, mutable energy highlights change, movement, and endings. It calls for adaptability and flow. Mutable cards, 8s, 9s, and 10s, suggest a closing cycle or preparation for a shift. How to use and practice? Notice clusters. If 3+ cards align with one modality, that's the main theme. So you can kind of tell if you're at the beginning, middle, or end. If you're getting a lot of 5s, it's in that middle. You're about to like start changing your mind. You're about to like second guess everything and maybe even be in denial about something with the 7. You know, you can notice if you're getting, and that will happen. That will absolutely happen, that you will get repeated cards, numbers, and that this is a way to know exactly where you're at. And it's like, you know what? This is where I'm supposed to be. This is part of the process. If you're in that 5, 6, 7 space, blended with the elements, cardinal, fire, Aries, bold, new actions. Fixed, earth, equals steady building. Mutable, water, Pisces, equals flowing and release. See, exactly what I just said. And timing, cardinals, beginning of a season. Fixed, middle, mutable, end of season. Oh, so fixed is in the middle. Sorry, I'm reading this wrong. Fixed is in the middle. You're in the beginning, you're in the middle, or at the end of something happening. Yeah, totally makes sense, right? 4 of Wands, cardinal, fire, this is an example, isn't just about celebration. It signals the start of a joyful new phase in a relationship or community. And here are some charts. There is something missing here. Wow, what I want is a chart. Oh, it does. This is a chart, sorry. It looks different than what it looked like in my book. It has to, so that it will fit on the website. So I'm getting a little confused, but I'm so sorry. So here's a little cheat sheet, which kind of redundant, but fine. I like redundancy in teaching, right? That's what it's all about. That's why I don't do it too often, because I don't like repeating myself. So that's why you can watch the video over and over again. So these are all of the cards. Ace of Swords is Libra. 2 of Swords is Libra. 3 of Swords is Libra. It's cardinal, Libra. 5 is fixed Aquarius. 6, fixed Aquarius. I love this chart. This is what I should have in front of me every time I read for you guys, because I want to know. I want to memorize every card and what its sign is. And some of them, I will say, some people think one thing and some people think another. What is important for you is that you decide on a meaning, on a sign that card means, and you are consistent with that, and Spirit will show you when it's true and when it's not, and you might change your mind about it, but come up with something definitive for yourself and live by it and see if it holds true or if it comes up with a different meaning. So all of this, as I said in the beginning, is up to your interpretation and your experience and your relationship with Spirit to decide for sure. These are guidelines to help you with your reading and to help you dive deeper into your readings. I really hope that it helped you do that. I hope that it helped you understand how the tarot works and what it can do for you. All the things it can do for you. The yes or no, I didn't put that here, but every card has a yes or no meaning. And again, I should put that as a chart, but I do put it on the cards. Let's see. It's a yes or no. Yeah, this is a no. 7 of Wands is a no. And I put the timing there. I put the zodiac. So all of this information is here for you. All of the things, even if I forgot it here, it should be in the card description here. This looks a lot better on this computer than it does on my computer downstairs. Oh, it's because, okay, so if you run into this problem where like it goes down here, I have to take off this here. I think that will help. But just move down and get this on the screen here, and there you go. Shows up much better. All right. That is the section on what to notice. Now we're going to do clearing and preparing. I'm going to be honest, I don't do a lot of that. I don't feel like my connection needs all this, but some people do. Some people really need that. So I included that section here. I mean, once in a while I'll clear my room, but not every day. Once in a while I'll smudge my room, but not every day. You know, these are the things I'm going to talk about though, and then we'll go on to the major and the minor and all of these cups. These should be pretty fast, I think, because these are things that I can tell you once, until you pick up your cards, start doing spreads, listening to it won't mean anything. So we'll see how that goes. But I hope that you've enjoyed this so far. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you for listening.